Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a review on this Ninja 14 cup programmable coffee maker. They call this their Coffee Maker Pro. Now Ninja's never had a 14 cup coffee maker, and it looks like they've completely redesigned almost everything on this coffee maker. So it is showing up on Amazon, but it's under the, you got to go to the 12 cup coffee maker, and then there's a selection for the 14 cup. It's on sale for $90. I had to pay $100 for mine. I've not seen it in stores yet, but Amazon did ship it out right away, and it is on the Ninja website. So right off the bat, it brews a really hot cup of coffee. It's got some really nice features. It's got the warming plate. I can turn the warming plate on and off manually without having to do a brew. That's very nice. So if you walk up, you find some coffee in the coffee pot, and you're like, oh, it's cold, I want to heat it up, just press the warm button, and it turns just the warming plate on. Again, I think it just looks really nice. It's got a removable water reservoir in the back. I like that so that you can take that over to the sink and clean it up if you want to. Clean the inside of it, very easy. So they've redesigned the carafe. This lid now is like a little turn and lift off. And it's got that mixing tube that goes down. Very easy to use, but when you pour, it's gonna pour kind of wide, but it pours really nice, but you don't have to worry about the lid flipping off on you. So I always like to look at the box. It makes some claims. It says it's a faster brewer than the leading brand, which is a Cuisinart. Cuisinart has a 14 cup coffee maker. I'll be doing a comparison with that coffee maker. So it's got this temperatures thing back here. It does kind of get around 196 in the Brew Head. I'm not sure if it gets anywhere close to 200. I didn't actually see that. It does kind of pause the brewing after about 30 seconds. And then during the rich cycle, when you do a rich brew, you do get that kind of pausing off and on. I'm going to kind of talk about the coffee maker, and then I'm actually going to make a pot of coffee with it. Up here we've got the Brew Head. It's got a very nice even distribution Brew Head. It comes with a permanent filter, but you can use a number 4 paper cone filter also. Here's the brew basket. It's got this nice handle on the side. Up top it's got this scoop that's built into the lid, which is pretty cool. It tells you on there 1 scoop equals 2 cups. So basically that scoop is 2 tablespoons of coffee. And you got a lid, you got a removable reservoir. We got markings on the side to show us how much water we've added. And to remove the water reservoir, you can remove it, take it over to your sink and fill it up. Very easy to do. Here's what the back looks like. It does have a little bit of cord storage, and it's 2-prong. So the control panel looks really nice. It's got a nice LED clock. You can set it with the hour, minute. That's a freshness timer, which I'm going to show you. It's got delay brew. You can program this to brew you a pot of coffee in the morning. It's got a 1 to 4 cup switch. If you want a small batch of coffee, it brews the coffee just a little bit different to give you better flavor. You've got a classic brew and a rich brew. Then to start the brew, it's just a brew now button. It's got a clean function. You can clean this with vinegar, and it's got a warm. This is the warming plate. This is one of the nicest features of this coffee maker. I can turn the warming plate on without having to start the coffee maker. But the warming plate will come on automatically when you start your brew. I can adjust the temperature of the warming plate and how long the warming plate stays on, from 0 to 4 hours. So I do think the coffee maker looks very stylish. Now this is a 14 cup coffee maker, so I can put 14 tablespoons in or 7 of these scoops in from Ninja. It just takes normal regular ground coffee. You dump it right there in the permanent filter. Now you're not supposed to use, you can use either a number 4 cone filter or the permanent filter. You don't use these at the same time, it's either or. 5, 6, 7. Okay, I got my coffee, my 7 scoops or 14 tablespoons of coffee in there. Okay, so I filled the water reservoir up to the max mark, 14. Now you don't have to brew 14 cups every time. This coffee maker, when you press the brew button, it brews whatever amount of water you put in the reservoir. So if you only want 6 cups of coffee, just fill it up to the 6 mark, and when you press the brew button, it brews whatever amount of water is in this reservoir. And then you would just put accordingly the amount of tablespoons or the amount of scoops. So for 6 cups, you'd put 3 scoops of coffee grounds in there. That's how you regulate how much coffee this makes. So again, the coffee maker is very easy to operate. I'm going to do a classic brew, which is a little bit faster. The rich brew takes a little bit longer to brew. It kind of pauses a little bit here and there. So I got a classic brew selected. You simply just hit the brew now button. I'm going to start a stopwatch. We'll see how long it takes, and we'll take some temperature checks along the way. So the first thing that happens is this brew light will start kind of pulsing a little bit. That lets you know that it's brewing, and the warm light comes on. That lets you know the warming plate is on. Okay, so it starts brewing right away. Let's just take a quick peek real quick. Yep, there's brewing. Now, after about 1:30 seconds, it does pause for a little bit. Even in the classic brew, it's going to do that initial pause, and then it'll continue the brew. It pauses for maybe 5-10 seconds. Here's what it looks like when it's paused. Okay, so I'm going to do a temperature check. Here's the coffee coming out the bottom of the carafe. It's been about 5 minutes. I saw 186, a little hard. Yeah, 186 coming out the bottom. Now the temperature up top, I see around 194. It's a little hard to get the actual temperature coming out of the brew head. I did see about 196 coming out of the brew head. Again, that's a little hard, but the water in the top of the brew basket's usually around 194, I'm seeing usually. Again, we can just take a peek, see how it's doing. Yeah, it's not overflowing the filter basket. It's doing a really good job. Now this has pause brewing, so if I want to grab a quick cup of coffee, I can grab a quick cup of coffee. That plunger is going to come down, stop the flow of coffee coming out, and then when I put it back, it continues the brew. Okay, so at the 9-minute mark, we're still seeing about 188 coming out the bottom, and I'm still seeing 192 to 194 at the top. So it's a relatively quiet coffee maker. Once it gets towards the end, it does kind of pop and there's kind of some steam coming out, but to this point, it's a pretty quiet coffee maker. 10.5-minute mark, we got just a little bit of water left to go. Okay, so here's it's getting towards the end. We got quite a bit of steam. There's a little bit of popping going on, kind of like a typical coffee maker. Now, when it gets to the end of the brew, it is going to beep at us. They're not super loud beeps, but it does beep at you 4 times. The brew light will go off, but the keep warm light will stay on. And again, that is programmable from 0 to 4 hours. The default is 2 hours. So after 2 hours, it will turn the warming plate off automatically. But the nice thing about this coffee maker is, so say you look up and it turned the warming plate off, but you see a bunch of coffee in there still, you can come up here and just hit that warm button and you can warm that coffee up and drink it again. So right around the 12-minute mark is when it's done, but it's going to take a little bit for it. Okay, so there it beeps at us, says the word end. Now it goes back to clock. Now there's this freshness timer. You have to press this little clock button right here and it shows you how long that coffee's been sitting there. Right now it's been sitting there 000 minutes. But eventually that will add up to some minutes, but it'll go back to the clock here in a second. Actually, you got to hit the button again to go back to the clock. Okay, so let's see how the craft pours. Now again, it's 14 cups, so it's a little heavier than normal, but it's going to pour. It pours really good. You don't have to worry about the lid popping open because it screws on. Now let's see how hot a cup of coffee it made. 181, 182. That's a very hot cup of coffee. So I made some earlier that's cooled off. It tastes really good. It does have a nice flavor to it. Okay, so say you're done with the coffee, you can hit the warming plate and you can turn that warming plate off. So let's see how it did up here. Did a good job with the coffee grounds. It did not overflow the filter. I've used a paper filter. It does not overflow a paper filter either. Cleanup is very simple. It's got this big handle here on the side. I can take this over to get rid of my coffee grounds. So Ninja has not let us down. They've redesigned this. It looks really nice. I'm very happy with it. 14 cups. That's a pretty big carafe, so be careful, but if you need 14 cups, it works very well. It does have some different settings. It does have a clean light and a clean function. I'm going to do a separate video on how to clean this with vinegar. You should clean your coffee maker, like it's called descaling your coffee maker, about every 4 to 5 months, depending on how hard your water is. If your coffee starts tasting cold or not as good, it's time to descale. It is programmable. I'm going to do a separate video on how to program the delay brew. Okay, so before I go, I'm going to show you how to set the warming plate. So if we press and hold this warming plate button, the first thing you're going to see is that's the 2-hour default, that the warming plate will stay on. I can go up to 4 hours, or I can go to 0, and I can go different 15-minute intervals. So again, the default is 2 hours. Press the warming plate again. Now it says high, low, and medium. That's the temperature of the warming plate, how hot it's going to keep your coffee in the coffee pot. And then if you just let it stop, it'll go back to time. And it'll memorize whatever you had put in there. So I've not posted many videos lately. I've had a lot going on. I've had to travel to the East Coast, the West Coast, kind of move some family and visit some family that was in the hospital. And I'm also doing this full time now. So my full-time job now is going to be making coffee maker videos, doing different taste tests on coffees, and kind of comparison between all the different coffee makers. I do have 2 other channels. I got Just a Dad Tips, where I do more of kind of the items I'm buying on Amazon, kind of like chargers and different things I buy. I kind of do a simple review on those. But I'm going to keep this channel to major appliances. I really do love the Ninja brand, so anything Ninja is going to be putting out, I'm going to be getting. Vacuum cleaners, indoor grills, blenders, and as always, coffee makers and espresso machines. My Just a Dad Aviation channel, that's for fun. My first love was airplanes. I do enjoy watching airplanes and all that, so I take videos of those and then I post those on that channel. So I really appreciate everybody's support. I love reading the comments. I've gotten so many ideas in the comments. Everybody's like, okay, could you do this coffee maker? I got some exciting ones coming up. There's even a world wrestling coffee maker that I got in the comments. Somebody has been asking me to do, and I finally bought it. It's from Walmart. You know, it's going to be fun. It's not very expensive, but it's a wrestling coffee maker. So how fun is that? I also got some more videos coming on how to fix coffee makers. So there's a couple more Keurigs that are having problems. The K Duo Plus is having a problem with the K-Cup side. I've got a one that's broken. I bought off eBay. I'm going to try to fix it and do a video on that. Then I'm always going to keep up any coffee maker I buy. I'm going to show you how to clean it. I'm going to show you how to descale it. I'm always going to show you how to set the delay brew. And then I am wanting to start fixing a few more drinks at home. Lately, I've been going to Starbucks, and that caramel frappe is just absolutely delicious. It's got the little chunks of caramel in it. I'm going to try to make that at home. So I did take about a month off on this channel. I just had a lot going on. I do appreciate everybody's support. I've got a lot more exciting things coming. I do post some short videos on TikTok, just kind of some general, really short, like this coffee maker I've got right now. I'll do a really short video on TikTok just to kind of show people what is out there. I do have an Instagram page also. And then a lot of these videos will end up on Amazon. So if you look at this product on Amazon and you scroll down, there's a row of videos. I will make a shorter video for Amazon that kind of talks about the coffee maker, some of the nice features, and I will put it on there. That kind of goes along with my storefront on Amazon. If you click on my storefront, you'll see all my videos that I've created for Amazon. So I am an Amazon affiliate. If you do click on the link, I do get a little bit of money from the click, but the products don't cost you anymore. Again, I'm still buying all my own products with my own money. I've not had anything sent to me for free yet. People ask me a lot, what am I doing with my coffee makers? So I have given quite a few away to family and friends. I am keeping some of the major ones because I like to do comparisons. Like the Ninja that this one is kind of replacing. They got a 12-cup Ninja that's been out for a while. I'm going to do a comparison with it. So I do like to keep these coffee makers around for a little bit in case I ever do a live stream or if I need to do a comparison with, say, the new model that comes out. Because even though they've got a newer model now, they do keep those older models around, and sometimes people ask me, which model should I get? I've really started to get into air fryers and indoor grills, mainly the Ninja brands and the Instant Pot. I really want to start learning how to cook a little bit. I'm not a chef by no means, but I just want to start. I want to use those things to their fullest potential. I want to be able to put some food in there, start it, kind of walk away, and then have a meal. So I don't know if that's possible or not, but I'm going to learn. And as I learn, I'm going to take some videos and show people what I'm learning. So again, thanks everybody for sticking with me through this. Again, there's going to be a lot more exciting things coming, a lot more videos coming at a more regular pace. And I just really do appreciate everybody's comments and likes and subscribes. It's been overwhelming, the support I've gotten. And I do change my videos, so if I see in there, like videos are taking too long or this and that, I'm learning. So as I learn, my videos, hopefully we're gonna get better. I'm just gonna try to do what I think will help people. That's the main purpose of my channel, is to help others. So right now on my channel, my number one video on my channel is how to descale a Keurig, the K Supreme Plus. I'm glad that was able to help people. That was it's kind of tricky how to descale that. I didn't realize it at the time. I knew it was kind of tricky for me, but that video has helped a lot of people. And that's the main purpose of my channel, is I just really want to help people. So again, if there's something you want to see reviewed, put it in the comments. I do try to check my comments. It's getting to about every 2 or 3 days now, so I may not get back to you right away. Again, thanks everybody for your support. And if you could, please like and subscribe.